Hello and welcome to REGO-FIX Tech Chat. My name is David McHenry. I am the Engineering and Technical Manager here at REGO-FIX USA. A very common request we get in the comments about our Tech Chats is, hey, can you compare other systems? Well, today's the day. Let's go through and compare how other high-performance systems or other commonly used systems are assembled, and finally look at some features and benefits of each of those in comparison to the PowerGrip. Milling chucks are a very common tool that you will find used in most shops. How do they work? Well, it's basically a giant collet if you kind of think of it that way. I have an outside nut that rides on a set of needle bearings. As I tighten this, it climbs or descends on those needles, compressing the ID of the tool holder. That's where you get your clamping force. So you pretty much buy these with a given ID. Then you can take and buy sleeves to reduce them down. Now, milling chucks normally aren't considered a high precision tool. So this is gonna be your heavy roughing tool. It's gonna be get the material out. I'm not that worried about tool life type of operation. What's really important about these is, well, I mentioned there's bearings inside this. Those bearings require grease and they do require a rebuild. So as you're using it, you will notice that it loses its smoothness over time. That means it's time for a rebuild. So see your manufacturer of the different milling chucks you use to make sure you get the rebuild done properly. Now, if you want to think about a milling chuck and a high-speed application, probably not the best situation for it. Milling chucks tend to have a very heavy outside body, which is overhung on your spindle bearings. Normally for high-speed applications, I don't want to have a lot of mass in front of my spindle. So take a look at your applications and see just which ones would fit your milling chucks. Now, moving on to the hydraulic holder, we are moving into the high-performance system. So a hydraulic holder works pretty simple. I have a screw on the side that compresses a hydraulic bladder that's on the inside that holds onto my cutting tool. I can buy these in a variety of different sizes for the ID, and I can use hydraulic sleeves to reduce them down. Now, I definitely want to point out that the hydraulic sleeves versus a milling chuck sleeve, big difference in the quality. A hydraulic sleeve is going to give you about 3 micron TIR, so very tight TIR that you would add to the TIR of your hydraulic holder. So that allows you to sleeve it down, but I am doubling that TIR, so keep that in mind. A basic hydraulic holder is going to give you about 3 micron TIR, depending on the quality level of the holder that you buy. There's a wide range of good tool holders and bad tool holders in the market. So if you're looking at a hydraulic holder, make sure you're buying them on the good side to get that 3 micron repeatability. The big thing with a hydraulic holder, well, it has that hydraulic bladder I just mentioned. On heavy side load applications, that bladder can deform and it does cause chatter and run out in my system. So remember, for side load applications that might be aggressive, the hydraulic holder may not be the best option. Next up would be the Shrinkfit type of tool holder. Now, Shrinkfit's a generic term, just so you know that. What it actually refers to is I take a tool holder, I apply heat to it, I expand the ID, I drop the tool, and then I let it cool. During the cooling process, the material grabs a hold of the cutting tool, creating your clamping force and TIR. Now, just like the hydraulic holder I just mentioned, Shrinkfit holders come in a very wide range of quality. Some very good tools and some very poor tools. The good tools will put you in the high performance realm of tool holding, 3 micron TIR and sufficiently high clamping force. So definitely take a look at what you're using, make sure you're on that good side and that you know exactly how to use it. Remember, Shrinkfit tool holders use heat. So you have to make sure you follow proper protocol for burns, fumes, and in some cases even EMF radiation. So just make sure you know what you're in for when you use your Shrinkfit tool holder. Last but not least, the REGO-FIX PowerGrip system. Now, we've covered the PowerGrip system multiple times in TechChat, but let's give you a brief synopsis. So the PowerGrip system is a press fit style system. It has a tool holder and a collet that is pressed in. When they're pressed in, you get 3 micron total assembly, class leading torque that you can see in the link below. But what about other features that make it different than these other systems? Well, one of which is the fact that the PowerGrip system is good for 20,000 cycles. You won't get that with the other systems that are out there. Change collets, not tool holders. That means you can have less inventory of your tool holders in your shop. Now, one of the big detractions that we hear about when we bring up PowerGrip is, hey, I have to buy a tool holder and a collet. Well, you do to get that 3 micron TIR. But again, I can have less tool holders and more collets on the shelf and maintain that high performance system of 3 microns or better. And I get 20,000 cycles tool life, better than anything else that's up here. As far as cleaning goes, well, we definitely want you to clean the PowerGrip system, but guess what? All these other systems have recommendations for cleaning as well. Make sure you check your manufacturer for these other systems when it comes to cleaning and how they want it done. Every tooling system that's out there has its own best application. So don't take everything we did here today as the gospel. Definitely make sure you do your homework, you find the system that works best for you. We just happen to feel that PowerGrip is the best system that's out there. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to your REGO-FIX technical team.